Hello everybody, welcome to Manifesting with me, Lee, where I get to share my manifestation tips with you in the hopes of helping you to manifest whatever it is that you want. Whether your desire is an SP, whether it is money, whether it is a car, whether it is a job, guys, literally, you can manifest it all. You can have it all, right? I also offer mentoring sessions. So if you need somebody to help you to stay focused on your journey, do send me an email, all right? And I will add it in the description box below. Right, guys. So what is in today's video? Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I used the dream combo. And the dream combo is robotic affirmations with visualization to manifest my car. And in the same, I think the following week, then it was gifts and it was money, right? So far it's been working since then up until now. So guys, very interesting. I think it was this year, the beginning of the year, I told myself, one of the things that I want to manifest is like a car. I really want to get a car, my very own car. And I should be the first driver. I should be, I was just going on and on writing it down, saying, I want to get a car, want to get my license and all these kind of things. I know that they, especially with the licenses, some of the things need you to practically go there and do them. And then of course, based off of your mind power, you will get or you will not get. So that's why it's important to align your mindset with your, desires and become one with your desire, be saturated. So it was a car, and then other things followed. My daily affirmation routine would always be general, touching on 2 or 3 affirmations on each and every area of my life. So if I'm manifesting for my SP, I will be just affirming every day, just like a daily ritual where I just say, my SP and I in a loving, committed relationship, and then I'll move to money. I always have more than enough money, and then I'll move on, so and so, right? So this time around, it was last month. So that I got my car on the 3rd of September, I got my car. The previous month, it was the month where I literally decided that, I'm going to, start visualizing and start affirming every now and again. I didn't do it like every day in August, but I was just like, every time I think about my needs and the things that I want, I'm going to affirm for them as though they are here. It's not, like I'm going to sit and affirm, because sometimes you just don't have the time, you guys. You just don't have the time. You're so busy with everything else that the time comes when you quiet yourself down and then you start thinking about your life. You start thinking about the things that you would like to have rather than affirm on the spot for those things as though they are here. That I have, I am, and whatnot, most. So, the beginning of August, my sister and I, decided to go and just go car shopping, just car window shopping, and just decided, we're gonna get this and get this and get this. And when we sat in the car, like we literally had a feel of how the car feels like. We just sat there, and then I'm like, as I was sitting in that car that I wanted, I was like, I'm gonna get you. I already have it. And then I told myself, it was the 1st of August. I remember very well, guys. I'm very good with dates. So from that day onwards, I told myself I'm going to start affirming often for the car that I want. I'm going to really, really start affirming often. But then I was so busy with the processes, but I was like, I've been approved, because you have to now apply. And for the car, I went to the car dealership, you apply and whatnot. So we went to the first car dealership. And then we went through the entire process of applying, and they kept on saying you're pre-approved, but they need this huge deposit and stuff like that. And, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, guys. It was a lot to deal with. But through the process of trying to get this car, I kept on affirming that, I'm a driver of a brand new car. I'm a driver of a brand new car. But I said my specific car, right? I wanted a Suzuki. I wanted a Suzuki Swift because it is petrol efficient, and it is the car that is just so, as a first car, it is like so cute and so not intimidating to drive. So I love it, So I kept saying I am an owner of a brand new Suzuki Swift, but just once. I'm like, I've been approved for a car. Applications are successful. I'd say anything that is in favor of getting the car. And then, they told us that they need this much deposit. Obviously, we didn't have it at the time, so it's just like, let's just leave it. And that's when I came across, I kept on saying, after they told us about the deposit, it sort of like put a dent in our path, but then I kept on saying, I have a brand new car, I have a brand new car, I have a brand new car. And then I met up with some guy who works at another dealership. And then I went to that dealership, and then he started the process and stuff like that. And this time around, I remember it was within the 3rd week of August now at that time. And I told myself, you know what, I am getting a car here. And he showed me the exact car, the Suzuki. And I'm like, oh, the Suzuki again, it's popping up. Oh my word. So I'm just like, I'm so invested. And the salesman was so invested in this process. So invested. I was praying, I was affirming, I was doing everything, guys. You know, prayer is literally you just sitting there and thanking God that you now have it. That is still affirming. Like, you know, for those of you who are like, oh, spiritual, you're not really, you know, you're double dipping and all that. Please calm down. Anyway, then I remember within the last week of, it was the last week of August, and it was a Friday, and I was at work. I told myself, you know what, today I'm going to try the robotic affirming challenge, the robotic affirmation challenge, and I'm going to affirm for 6 hours straight. Robotic affirming 6 hours straight. And I remember writing, I am an owner of a brand new Suzuki Swift. I literally wrote it down. I'm a owner of a brand new Suzuki Swift. I remember, I even have it on my phone somewhere. The affirmations for that day. I literally just affirmed. Anytime I remembered to affirm, I affirmed that. 6 hours. So how I know it was 6 hours is because within an hour, I'll make sure that I affirm for about 10 minutes. Now it was really like structural affirming and all of those kind of things. I affirmed, and I had classes that day that I had to give to students and stuff, but I kept on affirming. I think it was even more than 6 hours, but you know what? For me, it was like 6 hours. So within my breaks, I had 6 hour breaks in between. So during those breaks, I affirmed every time I could remember if I wasn't busy with something, right? That Friday. Then I went home and I just started, you know, thinking of like, yeah, let me just affirm once I remember about the Suzuki. So I did 1 day of robotic affirming that was very strict, like 6 hours. Within the 6 hours, I affirmed straight up. I didn't focus on any other affirmation. So my affirmation for the day was, I am an owner of a brand new Suzuki. So I did that. Then I continued, you know, weekends, you know, you do other things. I was not really focusing. I do my general affirmations on weekends, like, oh, I'm so pretty, I'm so powerful, and all those kind of stuff, right? I have money, blah, blah, blah. It really loves me. Then I went back to the cycle on Monday. I had just told myself, like, you know what, I'm always receiving good news and whatnot. That's what I say to myself, because I just like genuinely just wanted my day to go well. That's when my sister calls me and she's like, by the way, I just got a call because you missed the call. So please answer your phone. And they told me that, hey, the car's been approved. Please come and fetch the car tomorrow. I was approved. And that's all I kept hearing. Guys. This was the affirmation part of it, right? And I went to go fetch my car on the 3rd of September. It's a reality. I'm no longer affirming it. It's now a reality. I'm an owner of a brand new Suzuki Swift. I set it up until I see it. But now with the visualization, on days when I wasn't affirming, like on your Saturdays or whatever, but what I did was the whole of August, I wasn't really affirming. I was affirming through thought. That's visualization. You're still affirming. So every time I would see a person, I would always, you know, like whenever I take a bus ride or whenever I'm in someone's car, whenever I'm in my partner's car, it doesn't matter what I was doing, as long as I'm in the car or I saw somebody driving the car that I wanted, I would literally in that moment picture myself. When I'm in the bus, I would imagine that I'm driving the car. So I would look outside in the other lane at other cars, how people are doing it. And I'm like, okay, I would just take that moment, that bus ride with me, my visualization moment, where I would imagine myself driving my car, feeling the gears and whatnot. Sometimes I would even go to bed and literally I would be so in deep scenario that I would literally be moving my feet, changing gears or whatever it is that I'm doing and turning this while I am sleeping, guys. Literally, it was that intense. I even had dreams during that month of August when I was just visualizing. It was so intense. My visualization was so intense during August because whenever I saw somebody drive, I'm like, I would imagine. So if the bus dropped me somewhere far, from my complex, I would literally be walking and I would enjoy that. I'm like, oh, I get to imagine what it's like to drive. So then I would take the walk to my place from the stop and I would literally imagine myself driving. So I'd look at the path and I'd be like, with every step I take, I'm driving in my car. Driving. I did that every single day. Every single day of August. I don't remember a day in August where I was not visualizing myself driving the car that I'm driving today. I literally visualized it. It wasn't even like, oh, I have to visualize for 15 minutes. No, like every opportunity that I have to myself to just like walk, to just sit by myself, I would use that opportunity to like, you know what would it be if I drove the car? Then I would imagine myself driving the car, changing gears, looking out the window, opening the window. Like I would just imagine all of that. And then on the 3rd of September, it literally, the whole of September was driving my car. And what I did last month for 30 days, visualizing for 30 days, now is my reality for 30 days. It's actually literally been a month since I've had my car. So guys, visualization and affirming is very powerful. And let me tell you something, guys, about when doing this. It could be for your SP, for whatever, right? Like some people are like, okay, well, with me, it's very difficult for me to sit still and whatnot, so I literally have to have a structure. It's okay. You don't have to, like, just because you are affirming for 10 minutes and just because you affirm for an hour doesn't mean that person who affirmed for an hour is going to get something. Just you surrendering yourself to the process and really enjoying the process of imagination, enjoying the process of knowing that, look, I'm giving this thing to myself. I have the power to give this to myself. And I want to become one with it. I want to be so familiar with what I want that when I get it, it's like a norm, So I just started enjoying. I'm like, I don't care about when it's going to happen. All I know is that I love spending time in my own mind, imagining the things that I want, literally. And within no time, they're here. I also manifested doing the same thing. Like in the past 2 weeks or so, I was just affirming that my SP loves to spoil me, and people love to spend money on me and lavish me with gifts. That's one of my general affirmations. Like everybody loves to spoil me, everybody loves to spend money on me. People are just so nice to me. They shower me with compliments. I say that all the time. It's like part of what I say. And mind you, there was a time when there was a guy that stays at my complex, is now a friend, literally spoils me, buys me a watch. And he's like, listen, I had this and for your birthday, but I just didn't get the time to give it to you. He literally gifted me a watch. My partner brings, within the same week, I was just like saying, he just loves popping up out of the blue and just spoiling me. That's exactly what he did. Literally, it wasn't 2 days after I got the gift of the watch that my SP literally showed up at my window. And then he just decided, hey, babe, I'm here. And then he brought me my favorite flowers, orchids. I love orchids, the biggest one he could find, within that same week. And then I kept on saying I'm prioritized, and wherever I go, people will just always give me preferential treatment and they just put me first. Even today, as I'm making this this video, I was in class just finishing. My students didn't rock up, by the way. It's that time of the year, but there was an interpreter. I have deaf students in my class, so the interpreter was there just to check, and then found that the students were not there. It's exam time, so they come to class when they can. But the interpreter was there, and the interpreter was just like showering me with compliments, telling me what a great lecturer I am and how much she enjoyed my classes. Like yesterday during the consultation, I just got, the student that I was helping, with consultations, she just like, I felt like you're my sister. I really want more of you. I want to be mentored by you, literally, and everywhere I go, I just got well wishes. I was at the pizza joint now. I have my pizza over here. I didn't even wait 10 minutes and my pizza was ready. But there were people there that ordered pizza, but that guy was talking to me, the cashier. And then while he was talking to me, within no time, he gave me my pizza. I'm like, oh my gosh, so quickly. It's like, yeah, you're one of the special ones. Literally, guys. So it's a lot of things that I can mention, that affirmations, that because you detach, you affirm and you detach. You don't affirm and then think about how is it going to happen. You affirm and then you let go. You affirm and then you let go. You affirm, you let go. That's just how this thing works, guys. That's how it works. But don't spend your time, like let's say you affirm in the morning because you're going to have a busy day. That's how I do, because I always know I'm going to have the busiest of days today. So what I'll do is that I will affirm, and then I will just let go with my day, because I have to give time. If I wake up very early, I love spending 15 minutes of my time affirming. So I'd set the timer to 15 minutes and then I would start affirming everything because now I know them off by heart. And then I'm done for the day. Guys, within no time during that day, the affirmations are going to unfold. I even tell myself that all my affirmations manifest instantly. In the same day, I see evidence of all my affirmations. They're manifesting, they're unfolding. So tell yourself things that you want to see. Do not focus on things that you don't want. Do not focus on the last text that you and your SP sent to each other. You guys were fighting. Do not focus on that no that you got. Turn that no into a yes in your mind. When you see a problem, imagine the solution to the problem. And then you affirm the solution that is already done. I already have the job that I want. I'm already driving my car. I'm literally driving my car. Guys, I have my car. I can't believe it. I just, I'm so excited that I just want to my car key, my car key is right here. Finally, I'm so excited, guys. So it's like I don't know how many times I imagine myself holding my car key, going to my car and just, I am so excited, guys. And this thing, it works. You just have to become one with your desire. You just need to saturate yourself in the wish fulfilled. Imagine the wish fulfilled. Faith is only completed if you can already embody the state of somebody who already has that, right? I have cold drink right now. I was thirsty. And when I'm thirsty, I don't think about how thirsty I am. I'm already seeing myself drinking the cold drink that I want. So by the time I get to the shop, I already know I don't have a problem. It's coming, right? When you know that, you're going to go home, you're going to have a meal, you imagine all the things that you're going to do when you get home because you're tired, but you're already imagining what you want your experience when you get to home to be like. Focus on that because that makes you feel good. And that feeling of feeling good, that moment, of feeling good creates an atmosphere where your affirmations can become a reality. So don't think about as people, we have a problem of focusing on how is it going to happen. You think about what you asked and then you think about how it's going to happen. And then you think that you're going to, embody the state. You're not going to embody the state because the more you think about how it's going to happen, the more the anxiety levels are going to rise because you're going to start thinking about what if that's not possible. That's not your job. Your job is to, I'm hungry. Okay, fine. You imagine yourself eating food. That makes you feel good. That makes you even want to go home quicker. You see, because now you feel good about going home because when you get home, you're going to eat. Something like that. So think about the end result. Think about what you want to experience. You want to get married? Start imagining yourself getting married and always bask in that feeling of getting married. You want your SP to call you? Well, imagine the conversation. Have a conversation with your SP. Imagine the phone call ringing and think about what you guys are going to talk about on the phone. As soon as you are done with that phone call and then you shut down the imagination scene, then you guys say, I love you, bye, shut the phone, you go on your day. You gave yourself what you want before it actually manifested in the real life. So you actually you are attracting it because you're creating a space where it can exist. So if you want a phone call from your SP, imagine your SP calling you. Close your eyes if you want to close your eyes and imagine the phone call happening. And then when the phone call ends, the phone call is done. So you did have a phone call with your SP. And now you can go about your day saying that, I had such an amazing phone call with my SP. I can't wait for tomorrow again or for tonight. Whatever you want, give it to yourself first. You want your SP to marry you? Imagine that your SP, you guys are getting married. You want a car? Imagine that you already have a car. Give yourself that every single day up until you become familiar with what you want. So it's not always a shock, I don't know how it's going to happen. No. Imagine the ring on your finger. Imagine the phone call coming in. Imagine the funds being deposited into your account. And you'll see it will happen, guys. I know it's a bit long, but I was so excited. I just wanted to share my good news with you. And also, if you can manifest a car, you can manifest a person, you can manifest a first marriage, you can manifest a job, anything you want. Just give it time, right? Combine your affirmations with visualizing for those who like to. It's not really a must that you should visualize. But if you're an affirmer, just affirm up until you see it. Okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to me. I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.